Young world, everybody heard by now what happened to Tekashi 6ix9ine. It finally went down. When we say went down, we're just talking about what happened. We can't assume that he's definitely guilty of the charges he's been charged with. We can't just sit here and say that he definitely has done whatever they're saying. But this is what people have been saying this whole time, trying to talk some sense into this boy. Like, look, this is not a game. You know what I'm saying? This is not no joke. These people are not playing with you. You know what I mean? Like everybody kept saying it over and over and over. It's like it's like one of them relationships where you see like a dude with a girl that you know is like a smut. Everybody knows she ain't no good. Everybody's telling this dude, look, leave her alone. For some reason, the dude in that relationship is the only person in the world who can't see it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same kind of situation like with Tekashi 6ix9ine. It's like you the only person in the world who can't see your situation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else can see it clearly from the outside looking in. You about to go down. You either about to get killed or somebody you're gonna go to jail. No other outcome's gonna happen. Ain't no other way anything else can happen besides somebody's gonna take you out or you're gonna get locked up. And it's so unfortunate because I mean, me personally, when Takashi first came out, of course, I definitely was like caught off guard. I ain't he was look crazy. I'm older. I ain't got time for all that crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? As time went on a little bit, I started kind of thinking like, all right, he's still a kid. He's young. You know what I'm saying? So for the fact that he was so young, I kind of was like, all right, it's whatever. But then as time even went on further than that, I got to the point where I was just like, you know what? He's in the way because he's just doing way too much. Way too much. Him, Shotty, the whole thing they was doing is just way too much because the focus and the objective and the goal is to get out of the streets and get legal money. You know what I'm saying? And change your life and live good. The goal is not to come from the hood and still keep doing hood stuff when you get money. It doesn't even make sense. And no, it's just it's the most retarded thing. Being a hardcore rapper, you gotta uphold a certain image. Everybody understands that. That's part of the rap thing. That's part of being a gangster rapper. We all can understand that. Mark Derrick was good. I said, what up, my homie and brother LOD says 6ix9ine to a new label supposedly, and the head guy worked under the Obama. And his link to the FBI in that Breakfast Club interview, he told them he has 6 feds outside his house, 6 cars. What up? It does sound good. I ain't even looking too much gematria and numbers in it, to tell you the truth, but it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And just the fact that what he was saying, he had feds bodyguarding him. That was even weird enough. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, people got bodyguards, but then you got feds, actual feds bodyguarding you. He said, watch MREC TV. His video has Gonzo talking about it. I didn't see the whole thing. I did see a clip that MREC put up, like the title, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'm gonna check it out. But it's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, he had bodyguards around him, but he had actual feds protecting him. And that look, when I seen him do that video when he showed himself dancing, break dancing in the middle of all them bodyguards and feds, something to me about that seemed so weird because what it appeared that he had them doing the mannequin challenge, like standing totally still, and he was in the middle dancing. It was obviously choreographed. You know what I'm saying? It was something that was set up for entertainment. It was something that he had to tell them, like, look, this is what we're gonna do. It was a role they was playing. You know what I mean? So that just seemed so weird to me. Something about it didn't seem right. I was like, how did if they're really protecting him and this is really for real? How are they standing around him, going along with a script as he's dancing? Just seemed weird. You know what I mean? So Mark Delic said it's not long, like 3 5 minutes. If that, keep preaching. I'll shut up. That was all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely check out MREC's clip though, this video. But it's just like something about the whole thing still don't seem right. There's something about it to me still don't sit right. The whole FBI thing. Then when he went to the Breakfast Club, I seen some of that interview. I couldn't even watch the whole thing because it was at that moment during that interview when I finally realized like he is nerve wracking at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like how much more could he keep saying and how much more it was just I couldn't even finish the whole interview. I got bored with it after a while, but I seen enough of it to see what he was talking about. And it was like the whole thing with the taunting and him talking about he's gonna still do what he wants and how it's just so bothersome hearing somebody talk like that and then to hear people actually you know what I mean, be into it is just, I don't know. That's the whole different thing. But so the whole thing with the feds, what I'm saying is, said Thorough Johns, I thought him dancing was scripted, but just a way to say, hi, you can't get me. Yeah, it was scripted. But the thing about it being scripted when he was doing that dance is like when you got bodyguards and allegedly feds around you, there's not supposed to be any scripture. That's nothing to do with Hollywood or being scripted or being part of any type of video illusion or recording. That's supposed to all be totally by the book business at all times. Feds and bodyguards are not supposed to be partaking in your scripted and entertainment when they're on duty. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that's not supposed to happen under no circumstances. You're not going to get a Secret Service person or a bodyguard to be off. They're not supposed to be off of their job because the minute they're doing that, being scripted, you know what I'm saying? Something can happen. So Jacob, the kid said Treyway snitched on him probably. I don't think it had to be that. I mean, just look how much stuff that has been going on. Just the fact that they had him on tape a long time ago in the car with Shotti and allegedly Shotti got out and ran up and did that shooting. I think that was something to do with Casanova at the Barcade Center. And there's just so much more. They got the gun out of his house, you know what I'm saying? And the whole thing when they picked that dude up that robbed him, the funny thing about that, which I feel is funny, is that say, how's your beautiful daughter doing, homie? Which one is that, Mark Dilly? You sound a little bit creepy right now. I don't know if you're about to go some other type of way with this. But the thing I thought was weird was that how, like I said, they all that stuff happened. They let him go. Oh, then when they picked the person up for the robbery that allegedly robbed him, I can't say I know for 100% fact, but I knew myself. I'm like, by the time he got robbed, he was already under surveillance by the feds. So if that was real, I was saying, then it had to be on camera, and the feds had to know what happened because the feds are obviously watching him. They've been watching him since before he had enough stuff to happen to him around him before that for them to be watching him. You know what I'm saying? So of course they watching him. And the Mark Derlick, you just said, asked me about my daughter. I'm trying to wait for you to respond back. I don't know if you're about to be on some troll stuff, but you ain't about to catch me like I don't even want to say what happened to a rapper the other day. The situation happened. He was on live saying something. Somebody said something about his kid. He said something back. The person ended up dead. So you're not going to lure me into saying something like that. I don't know where you're about to go with that. But like I said, that was weird when they picked him up. The robber dude, if they knew who he was, of course they had the whole thing under surveillance or on video camera when he got robbed. Of course, you know what I mean. But let this be a lesson to every other little rapper out there that's in the game, or if you're not in the game, or any way, shape, form, or fashion. So Eric Melling says that 6ix9ine is still going to drop his album. Yeah, I don't see why his album wouldn't come out. I'm sure the album's still going to come out. You know what I mean? Unless he was the one physically pushing the button to make it come out. Says, all right, I'm creepy. Mark Dillon said, I'm creepy for asking about your daughter, but it's called being genuine. What I'm figuring out, I'm talking about when did you see my daughter? That's what I'm asking you. I don't remember. I think I did have her on here once or twice, but that came out of nowhere. That's all. You know what I'm saying? If it's genuine and all that type of stuff, then she's doing good, and I appreciate you asking. You know what I'm saying? But let it be a lesson to any young person out there. Do not fall. This is why I kept making videos for the past week. I made a couple of videos talking about Tekashi. I made a video about academics, trying to warn academics because I like academics, DJ academics. You know what I'm saying? He was part of one of my inspirations of doing YouTube to begin with. I like his content. You know what I mean? I like the fact how academics brought a lot of people give him shade for bringing like satire to the Chicago stuff that was going on. But the reason why I liked academics for doing stuff like that was because he introduced a different idea to the gangster lifestyle to young people. Because him clowning, not really clowning, but bringing the satire stuff to this boring Chirac and stuff like that. What that was is Mark Dillon said that's all you. Oh, no problem. I appreciate that. Then you know what I mean. But to me, what that did was him speaking on gangsters in the way that he does. It gives young people another outlook on the situation, because some people that are trying to identify with rap music and with the streets, some people get caught up in doing criminal behavior just for the simple fact that they want to be connected to it. They don't know how to get involved in it without being, I'm not going to say a criminal type of way, but being like a gangster or want to be gangster type of way. When academics talks about stuff like that, for me, what it showed like it gave a young person the opportunity to laugh at certain stuff and to realize, you know what, this is not cool. You know what I mean? Because he didn't talk about everything in the aspect of it being cool. He kind of made fun of certain stuff, and I liked how he just was made it to where a person can look at that, a young person that's influenced by certain stuff, and listen to what he's saying, and it can give you a different outlook on it. You can take the stance of laughing at it, like how he's laughing at it, or thinking it's cool, but at the same time, definitely keeping yourself a distance away from it. So I'm not going to go. That's a whole different thing with academics. That's why I like academics. I appreciate that part about him. So I made the video about academics. I said that to say, like, when I made the video the other day talking about academics is going to end up getting caught up in some drama hanging around Tekashi 6ix9ine, and I said that to just to kind of warn him. You know what I'm saying? Not that he was probably never seen none of my videos or nothing like that. My videos ain't popping, but just in case he would come across one, just a video of mine, to hear that video, so he might see it and be like, you know what, I'm bugging. I am bugging. Let me get away from the situation, because if you're a person like that, why would you get involved in hanging around people like Tekashi 6ix9ine? You're not even a street person, for one. You're not a criminal. At least you claim you're not. You don't seem like you are. You know what I'm saying? So what sense does it make to become a successful person that made something out of nothing and then go hang around gangsters? It just don't make no sense, because it's only a matter of time before you might possibly get away with hanging around one gangster if you're cool about it, or some smart gangsters that know what they're doing. But there's no possible way you're going to go too long without getting caught up in some drama when you're hanging around some gangsters who are all over the internet, got crime going on all around them everywhere they go. There's shootings going on, there's drama going on. There's just so much stuff going on. There's no possible way that that's going to last too long. It's just not possible. There's no way possible. Even if they were working with the cops themselves, say Tekashi was a snitch and whatever like that, eventually they'll use him up, and he would go down regardless. So a person like academics, and the reason I'm talking about academics is because that pertains to a lot of other young people that might see stuff like that and think it's cool. It's just there's no reason to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're putting yourself into a corner where you're on a one-way road to either going to jail or getting killed. Like I said in that video, I said, whether Tekashi and them are real gangsters or not, it don't matter if they're really real gangsters or not. The fact of the matter is, when they get caught, they're going to be treated like real gangsters. That means that if they get caught by some people in the streets that got beef with them, they're going to gun them down like real gangsters. And if the police catch up to them, they're going to lock them up like real gangsters. So either way, they're going to be treated like real gangsters, whether they really are real gangsters or not. And the moral to the whole story is, it's not worth it at the end of the day. If you're young, you minority, or anybody successful making money, it just don't make no goddamn sense to go back and put yourself in jeopardy and harm's way to where you can be caught up in some drama, especially if you're not even doing stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Throw Joint said, act as funny as fuck though, and not intentionally. Yeah, DJ Academics, I just genuinely enjoy his content. You know what I'm saying? I just like I said, I like the whole his style of what he did and everything. A lot of people bit off him and use his formula. You know what I mean? And kind of blew up like him using his platform and his formula. But I enjoyed that. I just think it was so crazy to see somebody like him hanging around people like Tekashi 6ix9ine. It's like, for what? Tekashi 6ix9ine is setting himself up, and I'm not going to talk about him like it's over and done, because just because he's arrested don't mean he's not going to bail out. He may bail out, and the charges may not stick. You know what I'm saying? But either way, the damage is done with Tekashi 6ix9ine. He has made his life be to where he's going to need security for the rest of his life. He's not going to be able to go nowhere without security for the rest of his whole entire life. Do you know how much money that's going to cost him? Do you even understand the amount of, like, you can say he's making money, but in the long run, he's not making no money compared to what he's going to have to pay for the rest of his life. So that means he's going to, if he ever falls off in the music, like everybody does, nobody lasts, especially nowadays, you only last for a couple months. Maybe you might get a few years out of this, but that means he's going to be having to make money for the rest of his life to hire security. That he's going to have to spend at least 100 grand, not even 100. A regular person is spending 100 grand in security a year. He's going to have to spend about $1 million or two in security a year. And if I was a security guard for him and they were smart, what I would do is I'd be like, look, I gotta you gotta pay me triple, because nobody else is gonna sit here and protect you. And that's what I would just say pretty much. But I gotta get up out of there though.